Hey, welcome to Integrative Wisdom. Verna Fisher here for a little bit of a short week. We are doing a Tuesday through Friday this week. It is the week of August 31st, Monday to September 4th. So I have been trying to figure out what I wanted to talk about this week. And so I've chose the topic of grief. It seems like every time we, turn on the news or just turn around in our own life, something has changed. Something has happened. There's been a deep um, tear in the fabric of our life. Now, I am very aware, being a hospice social worker, that every day people are experiencing loss and grief. I've always said you can drive down the road, any road, and if you looked behind that front door of all of those homes, you would find some form or fashion of struggle. And of course, some more than others. But we don't usually spend our time thinking about all the things that are affecting people. We just try to get on with our own life. And as long as we can cope in our own life, then, okay, we're doing okay, right? In today's world, it's a little bit more difficult. And not only are we affected, but our country is affected. And so there is the opportunity to acknowledge the grief that we might be feeling these days. Not just a personal loss or grief. It's not just about right, someone dying that we know and care about, but the loss of so many things, the loss of employment or a steady job, the loss of what our family unit looked like, and how we could interact with our family, the loss of casual outings with our friends or meeting up, the loss of security and what we thought we knew the world, how the world worked. There is, the loss of routine, the loss of that sense of safety. And again, it kind of can bring us around to the realization that if indeed we were an individual who had all those things and now they're gone, there are other individuals who maybe never ever had those things. So there's a possibility of true connection to those individuals who have struggled and suffered in these ways that we perhaps have never had to struggle. So, grief. It's some people think of it as an emotional expression within the human. You feel it emotionally. Your mind races and you have all these thoughts. But if you stop to think about it, you begin to realize that it is a physical expression as well. And a lot of times people are not aware as much of how physically impaired we are when we're experiencing grief. And so in hospice, I used to be very aware of the need to educate my families on, a simple thing like getting in the car and going to the grocery store to buy the things the family needs. Your mind's not in it, your body's not responding, and it's very easy to not have the same reflexes. Stomach aches, headaches, just a general case of being tired and exhausted, a lack of enthusiasm, which may be that emotional, but it translates into the body just feeling like a big lump of lead on the couch, so to speak. So if we begin to explore this week where we might indeed be grieving, uh, the the other true piece of this, and I'm going to wrap this up today because we're trying to keep them shorter, is that we may be trying to avoid the feelings. We may be trying to avoid the recognition of how sad we are, or how much we've lost, or how kind of adrift at sea that we're feeling. So avoidance doesn't work in the long run. It may work in the short term, the temporary getting up and doing things that we need to do, which is very important. Um, but it doesn't work in the long run. So this week we're going to be talking about that. We're going to be exploring our expressions of grief. How can we um, get our finger on what it is that we are that we've lost, or that we have a sense of loss, and how it's affecting us personally. And then by the end of the week, um, ways that we can um, treat ourselves gently and move ourselves through that expression in a much more healthy, integrative, wise way. All right, everybody. I hope you come back. Talk to you later. Tomorrow. Bye.